This is Sid Roth saying, I have a vision. Now is the set time to blow the trumpet in Zion.
Blow a trumpet in Zion, sound it on the mountain. Blow a trumpet in Zion, for the day of the Lord is come.
Shalom, Mishpocha. Shalom, family. Mishpocha is a Hebrew word. It means family. And we're in a Mishpocha, the family with a Jewish heart, made up of Jewish and non-Jewish people that are one new man in Messiah. Getting ready, Mishpocha, to blow the grandest shofar, all the grandest trumpet in Zion. We want everyone, everywhere to hear the good news. We want everyone, everywhere to be red hot for Jesus. And if you were just healed of cancer, you would be red hot for Jesus. But guess what? If you just recognized how much He loves you and how precious you are to Him and how He just wants to shower you with His love right now, you'd be red hot for Him. I have on the telephone Paul Wilbur, Messianic Jewish psalmist. We've been playing selections this week from his new CD, Line of Judah. And on yesterday's broadcast, Paul, you were telling me about your father-in-law. He went into the hospital for gallbladder surgery. I mean, no one wants that kind of surgery, but when the doctor opened him up, what did he find?
Well, he found what might be a nightmare for anyone. He found cancer in his bile ducts. He found cancer in his lymph system. They found cancer in his liver, and quite frankly, the surgeon came to me the day after the surgery and looked me in the eye and said, Paul, I don't want you to live under any kind of presumption. This is very deadly. It is the most aggressive kind of cancer, and he will not be alive by the end of the year.
Well, liver cancer, there really is no cure for.
No cure at all. And he did his best. He was expecting to do a 15-minute surgery in removing the gallbladder and wound up doing 8.5 hours of surgery trying to remove cancer wherever he could find it.
What happened?
Well, we spent many, many hours in prayer, of course. And then we went and saw an oncologist, a specialist, after Dad got out of the hospital, which he was in for 3 months. And the oncologist said, listen, this is the worst kind of cancer. You've been through a great ordeal. Don't even bother with chemotherapy or with radiation. Just go home, enjoy your last couple of days, whatever you have, in relative comfort. I don't want to make you more sick with these procedures. And so,
just out of curiosity, did your father-in-law or you or your wife or your sons or his wife accept this report or fight this report?
You know what? It wasn't the kind of thing where we, went to battle and cancer, we curse you, blah, blah. Because my father-in-law's attitude was so incredible. This is a man who was revived 24 years ago 3 times with a massive heart attack. This is a man who 3 years ago was in a coma and was also pronounced dead, no brain signals, but who during those 3 days of coma met with Jesus himself, and the Lord told him, I've still got more for you to do. I'm sending you back. And when he got this report of cancer, they had him on a walker, Sid. And as we left the doctor's office, I will never forget it. He walked outside. It was a beautiful sunny day. He lifted the walker over his head, and he said, Hallelujah, Jesus, my life is in your hands. And that was the last I heard of it. And now, on my wife's birthday, February the 16th this year, when he was supposed to be dead in December, he's gained 18 pounds. He eats like a horse. Yesterday, he went out and scrubbed our back porch. The guy is, He loves the Lord. And,
Have they tested if there's cancer still in his body?
well, he went back for tests in February because they wanted to see, well, you're not supposed to gain weight since you're a cancer patient. You're not supposed to be feeling good. You're not supposed to be eating. So he went back for tests, and during that same week, they simply said, we declare you clean of cancer. It's just remarkable.
But don't they understand that that's impossible by medical standards?
Well, they call him the miracle man. And you know what, Sid? Again, it wasn't because of our warfare. You can't kill a guy who walks with Jesus. My father-in-law got up at a service a couple weeks ago. Pastor asked him to stand up and give a testimony. He only had about 4 minutes, but he got so excited. Of course, anyone who's healed of cancer would be excited. He stood up and gave a testimony of what the Lord had done for him, and the place went up for grabs. You can't kill a man who loves God that much.
Show Me Your Face. It's one of the selections from your new CD, Line of Judah. Tell me about that song.
The song comes from a portion of Exodus 33. Remember, and this is probably a spanking for all of us in the body. God, remember, called all of Israel to come up the mountain. We saw it in Isaiah chapter 2. He called all of his people because he wants to be close. He wants to be intimate with us. And so he calls all of Israel to come up to the mountain to meet with him. But the people were afraid of the smoke there at Sinai. They were afraid of the fire. They were afraid of the rumblings. They were actually afraid of the presence of God. And so the committee got together and they elected Moses. They said, Moses, you go up to the mountain. You meet with him. And you come back down and tell us what he says, and then we will do it. But actually, Moses was the one, because of his faith, who really got the blessing. He went up the mountain, he sat in the presence of God, and there, God came to him and said, what can I do for you? You are my friend. I know you by name. And Moses, just like Solomon, didn't ask for wealth. He didn't ask for a reputation. But he says, show me your face.
Live from Jerusalem, Paul Wilbur, Show Me Your Face. That was Show Me Your Face from Paul Wilbur's new CD, Line of Judah, recorded live in Jerusalem. We're asking $18, postage paid. I urge you to get this and begin becoming a Levite, a worshiper of God.
If you would like to receive a complimentary copy of our bi-monthly teaching newsletter, cassette catalog, or information about becoming Mishpocha, write to me, Sid Roth, Post Office Box 1918, Brunswick, Georgia 31521. Or call our order-only line, 1-800-548-1918. To place a credit card order, call anytime, 1-800-548-1918. For all other calls, the number is 912-265-2500. That's 912-265-2500. For a cassette tape of this week's broadcast, send $5 to Sid Roth, Post Office Box 1918, Brunswick, Georgia 31521. Look us up on the web, www.sidroth.org. That's www.sidroth.org.